It's a concept that's easy to dismiss as a buzzword, that's its core, but it's all about the choices businesses make and impact they have on the world. So let's start with a question. What do you believe CSR should be? Samriti?
I believe CSR is about humanity. It's about businesses recognizing that they are isolated entities but part of this larger society. They have the power to change lives for better or for worse. To me, CSR is an option. It's an obligation. If a company profits from society, it should give back to it in meaningful ways.
I get where you come from, Samriddhi, but in the real world it's not that simple. Companies operate in a competitive environment. They have to prioritize profits in order to stay in business. CSR can't be the main focus. It's a nice addition, sure, but at the end of the day you have to stay in business. If a company goes under, it can't help anyone.
But Aditi, isn't that the problem? If companies only care about survival and profit, they end up ignoring the very real impacts they have on people and the planet. CSR should be a guiding principle, not just an afterthought. We can't keep excusing harmful practices just because they are profitable. It's about doing what's right even when it's not easy.
I hear you, Harsh, but how many companies really do that? I mean, it sounds great being responsible and ethical, but when push comes to shove, don't most companies just do the bare minimum? Donation here, a green label there, how much of it actually makes a difference?
I think it can make a difference, Aman. Look at companies that truly embed CSR into their DNA. Ben and Jerry's, Patagonia, even smaller local businesses that prioritize their communities, they believe that it's possible to be successful and responsible. It's not about grand gestures, it's about consistency and integrity.
But how do you know that? How do you know if a company's CSR efforts are genuine or just for show? It's so easy to manipulate people's perception these days. A few well-placed ads, a social media campaign, and suddenly a company becomes the hero, even if they are not really changing anything.
Okay, so that's a valid point, Aditi. So transparency is a major challenge in CSR. But maybe the question isn't just about whether the companies are genuine or not. Maybe it's about how we, as individuals and as a society, can push more authenticity. How do we hold businesses accountable?
I think it starts with awareness. We have to educate ourselves and others. It's easy to get swept up in flashy marketing. But if we dig deeper, ask questions, and demand more, companies will have to respond. And not just about boycotting bad companies. It's about supporting the good ones, even it means making sacrifices.
But that's hard. Not everyone can afford to make those kind of choices. Sometimes the cheapest option is the only option, no matter what the company stands for.
You're right, Aman. It is hard, but that's why CSR can't just be consumer choices. It has to be systematic. Companies need to make responsible practices the norm, not the exception. They have the resources to create real change, and they should use them not just for profit but for the common good.
Okay, so remember the choices you make as a business leader, consumer, or a citizen. Shape the world we live in. And think about how you can make those choices now. Okay, guys?